So yeah, I like
Digimon is so cool.
Wow, just right into it, huh?
Yeah. I'm not, well, that's the big thing of the episode,
man.
like, Sealsdramon, whatever, like, Gulus Gamamon's the real, like, big moment of this episode.
Yeah. Because that's just like, I'm like, oh yeah, Sealsdron's a cool antagonist, he's a cool Digimon. If nothing else, this will be like a really like, fun episode just because I like that Digimon. It's just got a neat design and stuff. And they like start getting into it. It's like, it's honestly like a really like fun lead up because it's like, oh yeah, you don't quite know what's going on, but it's like, oh yeah, this Sealsdramon is just like attacking like Digimon at random, and he just like, throws his knife and like one-shots like things, and you just see like this little number on his visor go up by 1, and he like counts out the number in like German, and it's like, oh, what's this about? Is this some kind of like test, or yeah, like I wonder where this is going. It turns out like, so here's what I was thinking, right? Because it starts
number go up.
Yeah, number go up, and it gets to like something like 999, and like, you have the scene where he's about to throw the knife at Gamamon, and in my mind I'm like, okay, are they going to find some way to like fake a Digimon's death somehow or something, or like make him think he's like killed a person or something like that when they're fine, like the whole like, like, oh, they throw the thing and it happens to like stab into the backpack or something, and it saves them or whatever, and it goes up to like, past 999, and he's like, okay, evaluation complete, and he just disappears because his test was to kill like 1,000 targets or something,
Yeah.
Turns out, no, that was not the deal at all.
No. He throws the knife at Gamamon, and Pokemon jumps in front of it and dies.
Yeah.
Straight up. Just
like, because like you see Hero running, and it's like, oh, is it go like, of course Hero's not gonna die. Maybe it'll like stab into his back or something, but they ain't give him like medical attention. Maybe it'll be like, I don't know if they don't go that far really, but yeah, maybe it'll just like, be like a near miss. And like right before the ad breaks, you see like Pokemon start running, and it's like, oh no. That's a character who absolutely can die.
He's minor enough that, yeah.
Oh no. Man. So yeah, this is the first episode where we're just straight up confirming that Digimon can die.
Yeah. Also, I kind of called it. I was like, okay, the aversion to death we've seen so far tells me that when we do start seeing Digimon die, it's going to be a big deal. And it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it sure was.
For Hero, it's Digimon can die. And for Gamamon, it's like experiencing death for the first time and turning into an evil Digimon.
Yeah, it's... Man, Gulus Gamamon is so effing interesting. Because it's like... You see, he's like, oh yeah, like,
he's not
Pokemon... Yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, he's not a mindless beast like Skull Greymon or Dark War Greymon.
Yeah, it's like, Pokemon dies, and,
or Metal Greymon, whatever.
Yeah, Pokemon dies, and, like, Hero's, like, trying to save Gamamon, and you see another, like, knife's about to like shoot him, and like right as soon as like he gets to him, like before the evolution thing starts, you see the little meter just like go backwards, and Garamon just forces the evolution by himself while like screaming, and he immediately just goes into his dark form, and he starts like just sort of like chatting, and he's like, yeah, that's better, it's about time, huh?
Yeah,
and,
he's like
yeah.
He's intelligent and cocky, and like He's just kind of a little scumbag.
Yeah, he is calm and in control and full of himself.
And I love it.
Yeah, it's this might be like the most evil like a dark evolution has kind of felt, because it's like, all right, yeah, like McGeedron just shows up and starts destroying everything.
Wait, how
But
can I forget McGeedron?
yeah, McGeedron's just kind of like a mindless rage beast, right? You know, it's like, oh, it exists to finish the fight, and that's like all it wants to do. And it's like you have Skullgron that's like, okay, yeah, you know, shows up, and it's like, you know, just purely destructive. It's purely just attacking indiscriminately, you know, it's just this like just crazy thing. Yeah, no, Gallus Gamamon is like, he knows exactly what he's doing and he loves it.
Yeah. It's like, all this being nice bullcrap? No, that's stupid.
Yeah, he just grabs Sealsdramon and like immediately just figures out what the deal is. And he's like, oh yeah, you just want your buy count to go up, don't you? And like he confirms it. He's like, hey, yeah, you hear that, hero? You know, he just wanted to kill for the sake of it. Isn't that funny? It's also, like, jeez.
Also, we get the implication that when Hero like calls out an attack, it seems like what's going on is Gamamon is like streaming the attack name into Hero's mind or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Gulus Gamamon does that to Hero, and Hero's like, no, don't do it. And then Gulus Gamamon's like, all right, fine. And then it impales him through the head with his tail.
Yeah, that was such a good... Yeah.
Sealsdramon, not Hero.
Yeah, because it's like, before I've like seen this whole thing where it's like, oh yeah, you know, the attack like streams in, and it's like, okay, yeah, you know, because you're like the Digimon's partner, it just like, you know, the damn beams into your head, and that's how you know to announce the thing. Yeah. And, you know, presumably that makes it stronger or whatever, I'd assume. So, like, the attack name comes in, and Hero's, like, grabbing his head in pain, trying to, like, keep it from happening, because he's like, no, I don't want to do it.
Gulus Gamamon's just like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. It's like, holy crap. It's like taking the mechanics of the show we've already seen and using them in, like, new and interesting ways.
Yeah. Also, I like the setting where main character's Digimon goes bad, and nobody has an evolution strong enough to deal with it.
Yeah. Because
Tesla Jellymon goes for it, and Gulus Gamamon just kicks her to the ground.
Yeah, like, I'd assume if you had, like, two champions attacking this guy at once, maybe they could take him. Because Gulus Gamamon's not, like, an ultimate, at least. It doesn't seem like he is.
No, he's just a champion.
Okay, yeah.
But still,
yeah,
like,
he is more of a champion than you are.
He's like a high tier champion, I guess, because like if he was around the same level as Teslamon in levels of like power, then like she'd stand a chance instead of just getting kicked in the face.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Goose Gamamon's like up there.
And then he's like, okay, enough of this digital field bullcrap. I'm going outside, and starts tearing a hole in the digital field.
Yeah, like he starts like escaping. And it's like, oh, well crap, we have to stop that from happening. Well, if this guy like leaves, then who knows what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Also, so admittedly, I'm at fault for this, jumping us straight into like the end of the episode.
Oh no, it's super fine.
Yeah, but it's like I do want to talk about the evolution sequence, which is really cool.
Oh like, yeah.
Like you said, the vital meter starts filling, and it doesn't even hit. It doesn't hit max. Actually, it almost hits max, and then it reverses instantly and drops to 0.
Yeah, Guillermo just starts screaming and just forces the evolution. And there's no music. You start to see a sequence.
No, there is music. But then it stops and everything is silent. And then it explodes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it's such a cool evolution sequence.
Yeah, it just explodes and it just comes out in the form. And it's like, oh, the crap is this?
Um, see.
Can you imagine if we did get spoiled on this form existing and this just happened?
I'm still like, I saw it. I didn't know it was actually going to be evil. It's like, oh, it's gonna be like it's like a scarier looking evolution or whatever. I wasn't expecting full on dark evolution.
I was completely expecting dark evolution. I didn't expect it to be like this though. It's like, oh yeah, Dark Evolution champion. That's interesting. Oh boy.
Oh boy, he tough.
Yeah, he's like, he immediately is like, oh yeah, I'll just show you that in this world it's eat or be eaten. And he's like getting ready to like murder the other Digimon.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was gonna say kill or be killed, but I mean, close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Might be the translation. Jeez, Gamamon has a body count now.
Yeah, he does.
He sure does.
Not Gamamon, Gulus Gamamon. They're two very different Digimon.
I would still count that as Gamamon.
No, I don't put that on Gamamon. He didn't have any control over this.
Oh man, I don't blame him, but I'm gonna add to his number. Gamamon's number is now 1.
Also, I'm not quite sure. So the problem just kind of resolves itself.
Yeah, like Goose Gamamon's about to kill Hero, and it seems like, Gamamon manages to fight him off a bit.
Yeah, that seems to be what it is like Gamamon, somewhere inside of Gulus Gamamon, is like notices that they're about to attack Hero and stops it.
Oh, man.
Although Gamamon doesn't remember being Gulus Gamamon.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, what happened, and like, Gamamon's like, yeah, well, where's Bokomon? And, effing, like, and Gormon's just like, oh yeah, Bokomon was reborn, and we get how it works in this world, which is like, okay, yeah.
It works like the original. If you die, you turn into No, it works the same. If you die, you turn into a Digi-Egg.
Yeah, because in the original, it's like, the Digi-Egg, like, turns into the exact same Digimon, seemingly. In this case, they make it pretty clear that it's like, oh yeah, no, the Bokomon we knew is gone and he's never coming back.
Fair.
Like, this egg probably isn't going to turn to another Bokomon, and if it does, it's gonna be a completely different character. Just straight up, yeah.
It's not the situation in Tamers where Wormmon dies and is reborn as the same Digimon.
Yeah, and he's like, like exactly the same, in like every way.
Yeah.
Like to the point where he like still remembers kin and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no, there are like consequences, but we've still got the reincarnation system. And it's like, oh, alright, also, yeah, makes complete sense.
Also, it unambiguously works despite them being the fact that they're in the real world.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other thing, because, like, isn't that why, like, Wizardmon got trapped or something? Because he, like, died outside of the digital world and then just couldn't go back? Yeah.
That's why he got stuck in the computer.
Yeah, I forgot that weird thing. Yeah, that was weird, like, yeah.
Man, that's such a bummer.
Yeah, Wizardmon just dies and he'll, like, never be able to come back. He's just stuck forever.
Yeah, geez. Although the digital field was still up when we saw that egg.
Yeah, this is fair.
I don't know if that means that, like, if that wasn't up, it wouldn't have worked, but until we see otherwise, I'm just gonna assume that Digimon dies in the real world, they still turn into an egg.
Yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Also, we see Black Gatomon again.
Yeah.
And Black Agumon for some reason.
Oh yeah, surprisingly. It's like, yeah, it feels like we were like wanting there to be more like plot in these episodes. It feels like we're definitely getting it.
Yeah. the cynic in me agrees with what I've heard from other people, and it's like, oh look, it's Agumon, time to sell merch.
Yeah, I honestly I feel like this is a case where it's like, you know what, fine, fair enough. Like,
If it's a whole thing where it's like the dark variants of Digimon are all part of like some group, like Black Gatomon, dark like Black Agumon, Black Gabumon, like who else is there? Is that it actually?
there's probably more. I know there's Black
I guess
Gabumon, Black Gaumon, Black Agumon, Black Guilmon. That's a thing.
Tsukaimon might count.
Sukai, yeah, maybe,
The
yeah.
purple Patamon.
Yeah, I know it's a whole thing, but yeah, I can totally I totally get what you mean. Yeah,
If it's like a whole organization of off-color Digimon, then that might be fun.
yeah. For a second, I was thinking like, hey, this Agumon looks a bit weird. Could this be Black Agumon X? And I looked up, and it's like, oh no, yeah, no, there's no way.
It's just Black Agumon.
Yeah, Black Agumon X looks like completely different. It's very weird. It's got like a massive head and like everything. It looks way more dinosaur-like,
Weird.
But yeah, effing like friggin' Black Agumon now, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so stuff that happened earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
I
Right,
mean,
they mentioned Selection D.
Section D.
Yeah, Section D, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, the Commandramon are just sort of like a whole organization. That's probably coming back, I'd imagine.
Yeah. We find out where Jellymon has been roaming off to. She's like the black market for Digimon in the real world.
Oh, jeez.
And she uses Kyo's credit card to buy things for Digimon.
Yeah, it sounds about right, honestly. Oh, man.
Also, Digimon that die in this episode: Gorillamon, Flymon, two Monodramon.
Oh, yeah.
Who are just chilling and eating like daikon radishes, and then they get knifed.
Man, they could have turned into like Strike Dramon and been so cool though.
Nah, they were just there to die.
Oh man, they could have been Cyber Dramon though.
No,
Oh, if only they managed to live, they could have been so cool.
Maybe in their next lives.
Yeah. If nothing else, at least like I do appreciate that we're still getting Flymon love, right?
If by that you mean Flymon taking a knife to the head and dying instantly, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just glad it's like still around. It's like I feel like no one really cares that much about it, but it's just such a cool Digimon design to me, and I just like it a lot. Flymon's pretty cool.
It's fine. I'm not crazy about it, but yeah.
I have like big Flymon nostalgia, I feel like. Jeez.
Oh, new outro.
Yeah, that's a whole thing, yeah.
And maybe intro? I'm not sure. I think
I think the intro's the same as far as I could tell.
Okay. Because I was listening to another podcast that covers this episode, covers this week week by week. And I could have swore they mentioned a new opening or something, but the ending is definitely new, and it's like super upbeat and happy, and the song sucks.
Yeah. Let me check real quick. Was it Faction Life? I think the opening was still Faction Life. I feel like it might not have been, but I just like, I don't know.
I mean, I could just pull up Crunchyroll and check.
Digimon Ghost Game, give me a second. Okay, yep. Right, bring up the actual series. Okay, yeah, this is the episode. Cause yeah, I feel like I do vaguely remember it's like it's still like, the whole like Alright, come on, get out of here, you stupid Okay, yeah, it's still faction life. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, because I was confusing with the outro for a bit. So we still have
okay.
the sequence where like Pumpkinmon's just there. We've still have the hands effing like Mimikmar, whatever the crap, effing impliedly Devimon. What looks like Machine Drawn, which is gonna be really nuts.
Wait, in the outro?
No, on the intro. Yeah,
Oh.
Elmon definitely in the intro. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched the intro since like the first episode because I don't much care for the song.
Yeah, I think the song's fine.
I don't know, I just don't think it's as good as previous opening songs.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I feel kind of similarly. Like, this isn't like the opening to Tamers or something, I feel like.
Mm.
Man, I'll have to,
Yeah.
listen back to a bunch of openings at some point, because, like...
I forgot. Gulus Gamamon does his attack and there's just screams coming out of it.
Yeah, the sound design in this episode is so good, though. It's so good.
And it's not, to clarify, it's not Gulus Gamamon screaming, like, with, like, a sound wave or whatever.
It's just, like this
an
effect coming
blast.
out of the energy ball, the big fireball. It's, like, screaming with evil. Oh, man.
And, yeah, the love for Gulus Gamamon is pretty universal, if Twitter is any indication, because I've seen fan art all week.
Oh boy.
It's like, yo, Gulus Gamamon's so cool.
Man. Like, where do you think this Blackboard Ground's gonna lead? Like,
Black Agumon?
Yeah, sorry, Black Agumon.
It's fine.
Yeah, because, like, is this gonna be, like, another Tamer? Because, like, the fact that it just shows up at the end, and it's like, oh, it saw Gamamon turn to, like, an evil form, and it's like, okay. Where the heck is this going?
Actually, that's a theory. That there's another Tamer. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, because, like, I feel like this would be a really good, easy way to get Black Orgron into the series, right? Because it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's bring him back.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, here's another Tamer, it happens to have an Agumon, you know, like, maybe they just have, like, you know, a whole thing with Dark Digimon or whatever, you know, they'd be a rival or something, and then, like, yeah, you know, like, they get some new forms, and then, you know, Black or Greymon, yeah, done.
I saw, before I watched the episode, and, like, what made me watch it as early as I did, because I usually wait until the day of, was, like, I didn't think it was real, but I wanted to see what it was about anyways, is an edited screenshot of the Black Agumon, and then there's, like, Tai is standing there in shadows also. And I'm like, that's not real, but I gotta watch the episode now.
Oh man, it sure wasn't real. But yeah, I am like, yeah, I feel like I'm more interested in this than anything else, because it's like, this implies there's gonna be, like, fallout from this, you know? Like, yeah, I know in some way.
There's always going to be the threat that Gulus Gamamon could just pop up again.
Yeah, it's another thing. It's like, because, yeah, remember back in, like, the episode with, like, Repamon, it's like, they don't really have a way to choose which form Gamamon goes into. He just feels like it's gonna happen, and they just happen to get the right one.
Yeah, it's all very, like, feeling it out. It's like, oh,
yeah,
wait,
so...
like, we just happen to need to be able to fly right now, so let's go.
So every time he, like, has to evolve, like, theoretically, now they're just, like, spinning the roulette and just hope it doesn't land on the wrong third of the wheel.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the wrong fourth of the wheel, yeah. Still, though, yeah, like, that'd be really interesting if, like, every 4 episodes, like, Gamamon transforms and just turns into Gulus Gamamon. And now they have, like, another problem to deal with.
Yeah. The only thing is, like, as the other tamers get their partners' evolutions, it'll become less of a problem.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I feel like that works too, because it's like now it's like, oh hey, say like you evolve into Goose Gamamon when you have like two other champions. Alright, now you've got an actual fight. So you evolve into Goose Gamamon while you're fighting like Lady Devimon, and he's like, oh hey, I want to help you kill the humans. Now it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
like, yeah. There's gonna be a
uh,
breaking point to that eventually, where they have to like eventually like deal with it somehow if it's gonna come back up again.
um, right. Yeah, I should have mentioned it while we were talking about the ending, but we see, like, we get way more of a better look at Angoromon's
Yeah.
evolution. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly it looks really cool. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I really dig it.
He looks like, I don't know, he looks regal almost. Like a prince or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be really cool when we like, cause this like I feel like this implies that he's gonna evolve fairly soon after this, right?
I wouldn't be shocked if it's next episode.
Yeah, I'd say within the next two episodes. Maybe not the next one specifically to space out the evolutions, but yeah, definitely the next like two or three. I feel like that's my guess,
already.
yeah. Oh man. It's like I feel like there's one more thing I want to get into, and that's like, alright. I don't know if you caught it, but there is a point where Gulu's Gyamon says something like, oh, what, didn't you know this is how I've always felt, or something? It was something to that effect. Do you, know what I'm talking about?
Kinda. Like I said, I watched it early, so I don't have it fresh in my mind, but yeah, it's something like, this is how I've always felt.
You think we're gonna get, more clarification on that?
I feel like I feel like Gulu's Gamamon is intelligent for a reason.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get way more with this character as like an actual character as opposed to just like, a one-off thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I'd be kind of disappointed if we don't get more like in-depth like stuff about that.
Man, that's like a crazy idea, because I don't think Garamon remembers anything about the digital world, does he?
Seemingly not.
Yeah, what if it's a whole Zatch Bell thing where it's like, oh yeah, Gamamon lost his memories, but oh, Dark Gamamon still remembers, and what he remembers makes him like this.
Yeah. He's a battle fiend. He likes it.
Yeah, so maybe we could have a whole thing exploring yeah, Garamon starts to remember what it was like in the digital world and remembers all the fights he's been through and all the sadness and pain and stuff. And you see Gulu's Garamon off to the side after he transforms, just oh yeah, I remember this all too well, this is why did it or whatever. It's they do a whole thing with that, where it's oh yeah, Garamon has to fight off the horrible associations he remembers with the digital world to move on and finally gain control of the Gulu's form or something. Or maybe you have this moment where he could willingly transform and they have to actually talk him down and do a whole thing with it or something, And
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of potential there.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they find a way to befriend Gulu's Gamamon.
Yeah, or at least a way to come to understanding with them, because I don't want to say it feels like what they're setting up, because it kind of doesn't, but it feels like it would be a very logical, good direction to go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, there's probably a reason why this dark form specifically can talk.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a Naruto Kurama thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird that they sort of like just dealt with it. Like it's just how they did that was so weird. It's like now Kron's just looking after like the kids and stuff. And it's like, well, all right.
I like when Wooly was talking about when he was talking about Boruto, and there's like a scene where Boruto pulls out like Shikaku out of a pot or something.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that was in the anime. Yeah, that was like
okay, and it's like, oh yeah, the big scary evil demon that tortured Gaara for like the first half of his life or whatever. It's just like, yeah, I know he's a goofy little friend.
yeah. Honestly, like just straight up the Boruto anime's like it's mostly non-canon, and it's like way more like I almost say it's like lighthearted because that makes it sound like there's no like serious arcs or whatever, but it's like way more like colorful and like lighthearted-ish than like the manga is, because the manga's all like busy trying to one up the original and being like really edgy and bad.
Uh,
And like you go to the anime and it's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna like hang out with like Sai's kid and watch him go over his like artist block, and it'll be like a fun little story.
yeah.
And it's like, what, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I want to see from these kids. Screw it, that's fine. We don't need to try to like one up the great ninja war. Yes, it's okay. It's I think Rock Lee's kid is going to be the strongest fighter ever, but he's really unconfident, so he sucks, and you have to, like, just have that one episode where he gets brainwashed so he becomes, like, unstoppable. Because,
what's his name? Metal Lee?
Yeah, Metal Lee. It's like you take away the, like, confidence issues or whatever, and he becomes the strongest.
I don't know, that's pretty funny.
Oh, man.
Stupid, but it's pretty funny.
Man, I like that they have a whole thing where it's like the new, like, I think they're the new Squad 7 or whatever, like the Naruto kids, like Boruto and them all. They have their whole, like, they basically do the bell exercise, but with, like, Shino. And they have to, like, figure out their own way of, like, beating him. And it's like really like fun to watch because it's like yeah, like how do we deal with this for someone with like a completely like unique power set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like the solution they come to is they end up like tackling him into a lake where like he starts releasing aquatic insects, and then like Mitsuki just like zaps him underwater or something. It's like something like that, and it's like, yeah, that was good. I'm glad I saw that. But yeah.
Oops.
So yeah, is there anything else we really want to get into with like effing Digimon or whatever?
Nah, that's all I really had, I think.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
Oh, Ruli's trying to buy riot gear for Goramon.
Right, yeah, that was yeah, that's probably the smartest thing a Digimon protagonist has ever done.
But also probably not terribly effective against a Digimon.
Yeah. Still, it's like, there's gonna be an episode where, like, a rookie Digimon's going to, like, attack someone, and then Rui's gonna, like, show up with, like, a riot shield and stop them.
Yeah, and Goramon just shows up holding it.
Yeah. They show up and she's got like a riot shield and like a baton, and she's like, just blasting like, effing Black Agumon in the face.
Hey,
Just
Black
like
Agumon might be a friend, you don't know.
Yeah. Well, he looks pretty intimidating for a friend, but sure. He looks very menacing with his like glowing green eye and shadow.
Yeah, but it's not a red eye.
That's true. I don't think Black Agumon actually has like.
If Beelzemon's taught us anything, it's that when you have green eyes, you're good.
I mean, Yeah, that is logic. Wait, what about Dokugamon, though? Those, like, spider things that only have green eyes.
Well, those are like creepy bug eyes, so they don't count.
Wait, what about yellow eyes, though? Because that's what Black War Greymon has.
Hmm.
Because if red is bad but green is good, then is yellow in between?
I don't know.
Do yellow eyes mean slow down?
Yes, yellow eyes mean slow down.
And red eyes mean stop?
Stop being good.
Oh no. You know what, to be fair, yeah, that actually kind of holds up. Emon does have green eyes.
Yeah, he's just kind of a little turd. He's not necessarily evil.
Crap, there may actually be more of this theory than I expected. This is actually kind of making sense.
No, I'm making crap up. This does not hold water.
So yeah, anything else we really want to get into?
Nah, that's all I had.
Alright, yeah. Alright, guess, see everyone around this.